I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. In this series of solving quadratic equations, here is another video in which we have taken equations in the factored form. How do we solve these equations is what we are going to learn with the help of 8 examples. Well, in case you want to learn from me, feel free to send an email on the address given globalmathinstitute@gmail.com. Let me also thank all the viewers and subscribers for following us and posting excellent comments. Your contributions are very valuable, and if you can contribute, please do contribute as we want to reach students in the most remote areas. As you know, we have been serving absolutely free for 15 years with 17,000 plus videos which are being watched in more than 80 countries. Keep supporting, that will keep us in good health. Now let's look into the solution of these one by one. The first two questions are x minus 1 times x plus 4 equals to 0. What should be the solution of this particular equation? Well, this indeed is a quadratic equation. Let me rewrite, which is x minus 1 within brackets times x plus 4 equals to 0. Now, as you know, the property of 0, only 0 times some number is 0. 0 times 0 is also 0. So basically, we have to equate both the terms, which are called the factors, to 0. So the factor, which is x minus 1, if I equate to 0, it will be 0 only for x equals to 1. The other one, which is x plus 4, if I equate that to 0, it's going to be 0 for x equals to minus 4. So by now you have already mastered linear equations, and therefore this is straightforward for you. We can now write down the solution that x is equal to 1 and minus 4, right? So that becomes the solution for the given equation. Simple as that. Now, the next 7 examples, you've understood the strategy. Follow us and then solve, right? So next one, let's copy the question first. X plus 3 times x plus 2 equals to 0. The two factors are x plus 3 and x plus 2. Factors means when you multiply two numbers, those two numbers are the factors. And if I want them to be 0, each one of them could be 0. So then x plus 3 equals to 0 results into x equals to minus 3, and x plus 2 equals to 0 gives you x equals to minus 2. And therefore x is equal to minus 3 or minus 2. That becomes the solution. Very simple, correct? So that is how we are going to solve each one of them. I hope you have understood this strategy. Feel free to send an email on globalmathinstitute@gmail.com. Learn and excel. We can be part of your success story. Even my grandson is able to follow this and today is in a position to solve such algebraic equations. You can be there very easily. Next one here is 3x times x plus 10 equals to 0. What are the two factors? Well, the first factor here is 3x, right? 3x equals to 0 means x should be equal to 0, correct? The other one is x plus 10 equals to 0. That means x equals to minus 10, and therefore we get two solutions, minus 10 and 0. Now, it's good practice to write the numbers in increasing order. So, in this particular case, as you see, I have written minus 10 before 0. In the earlier example, I didn't really bother because it doesn't really make a huge difference. But, good practices are good practices. So, keep that in mind. So, now we have question number 4, which is 2 times x plus 7 times x equals to 0. Well, 2 cannot be 0, right? But x plus 7 can be 0. So we'll equate x plus 7 to 0, which gives us x equals to minus 7. And we're also multiplying by x. We could equate x to 0. Perfect. And so we get our answer, which is x equals to minus 7 or 0. So I'm now trying to write the solution in increasing order. So I hope you appreciate it. Question number 5 and 6 are before you. They're exactly similar to the questions which we did. The idea is to give you more practice. So I'd like you to pause the video, answer, and check your solution. 11 minus x times x equals to 0 means 11 minus x could be equal to 0 or x equals to 0. Correct. So this gives you what? Well, 11 equals to x. So we have the solution x equals to 0 or 11. Is that fine? Perfect. No problems, right? The sixth question is 3 minus x times x plus 3 equals to 0. Well, 3 minus x equals to 0 means 3 equals to x or x equals to 3, right? And here we have x plus 3 equals to 0 means x equals to minus 3. Now, when that is the case, when x is plus 3 or minus 3, we could write our solution as x equals to plus or minus 3. So, this is another way of writing this. The roots are exactly conjugates of one another, we say plus and minus, right? Perfect. So, you learned a new term, conjugate roots. Now, let's move on and see the last two questions, which are 5x plus 2 equals 5x plus 2 times 3x minus 4 whole square equals to 0. Well, can you try this out? It is actually same, right? 5x plus 2 could be equal to 0, which really means what? 5x equals to minus 2 or x is equals to minus 2 over 5, correct? Or 3x minus 4 equals to 0, so 3x equals to 4 or x is equal to 4 over 3. So we have two solutions once again, x equals to minus 2 over 5 or 4 over 3. Clear? So that is how we could actually equate each factor to 0, get all the solutions. I hope the steps are absolutely clear. Feel free to send an email on globalmathinstitute@gmail.com. And if you can contribute, why not, right? Help and support us. Thank you. This is your channel. Perfect. Now, the next question here is 4x times x minus 1 whole square equals to 0. Means 4x could be 0 or x minus 1 could be 0. 4x equals to 0 simply means that x is 0. 4 cannot be 0, and here x equals to 1, and therefore we get x equals to either 0 or 1. Perfect. So that is how we will solve all these questions. So we have learned the strategy of solving the quadratic equations when given in factored form. You must be thinking, how do we factor them? That is next playlist, how do we factor them? But before that, we also have quadratic equations in the vertex form, which we'll take up in the next video. So keep pace with us, keep learning. I hope this process will help you understand. And now, factored form at least we have understood. We'll move on to the next step, which is how do we solve when quadratic equations are given in the vertex form? Perfect, like this. I hope it's making sense. Thanks a lot for your time. Feel free to write your comments and suggestions. In case you want to learn more from us, send an email on globalmathinstitute@gmail.com. Thanks and all the best.